What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'll be covering the One World Under Doom series, and we'll start with Fantastic Four Volume 7, issue number 28. This issue promises a wild ride through time, magic, and Victor Von Doom's ever-scheming mind. Let's dive in. We open with Reed Richards, our resident brainiac, stuck in his basement lab. He's wrestling with magic, a subject apparently far removed from his usual physics-based problem-solving expertise. He's at an impasse. Can you imagine the frustration of a brilliant mind encountering something it just can't grasp? It must be incredibly maddening for someone accustomed to predictable laws of physics. Sue Storm, ever the practical one, tries to get him to focus on it later, but Reed can't because Victor Von Doom is causing a major distraction. Doom's holed himself up in Latveria for months, engaging in some seriously clandestine activities, much to Reed's concern. Naturally, Reed wants to know what Doom's cooking up. He figures understanding magic might be the key to cracking Doom's scheme. It's an ambitious plan even for Reed, and that's where Sue's genius shines. She has a unique solution, an idea that both unexpected and potentially game-changing. She suggests they consult Dane Whitman, the Black Knight. Dane Whitman, a physicist turned magical knight. This is where things get interesting. Sue notes that the Black Knight has the ebony blade, a weapon known to cut through Sue's force fields, the implication being it might cut through Latveria's magical defenses as well. It's a brilliant deduction, highlighting the practical application of knowledge across diverse fields. Reed, of course, is on board. But I always appreciate Sue's creative problem solving. She found Dane Whitman by searching magical guy who knows science. The internet really has solved everything, hasn't it? It's a testament to the power of a well-placed Google search. It turns out that Dane is currently seated on an impressive throne, a throne made from melted down ebony weapons. This isn't your typical medieval throne. He explains the ebony blade is cursed and feeds on hate, granting its wielder immense power at the cost of their soul. It's a high price to pay for such a magnificent, deadly weapon. Sounds like a pretty terrible deal, but it seems like an interesting plot device. This is where the narrative really takes a unique turn. Reed and Sue were hoping to use the blade to get into Latveria, but Dane reveals its far more useful purpose as a throne. It grants the user the ability to see hidden truths, other times, and all sorts of stuff. But here's the kicker. The blade is long gone, disappeared centuries ago. It's a bit of a setback, so much for the plan. Reed naturally is frustrated. He's trying to reconcile the reproducible facts of physics with the unpredictable nature of magic. It's a classic clash between scientific reasoning and magical uncertainty. And Dane thinks that's easy. He tries to solve Reed's problem with the equation. However, Reed immediately identifies the equation as absolute gibberish. But Dane then has another solution up his sleeve. Time travel. Time travel to World War I, no less. It's an unexpected turn. They find themselves in the bodies of army officers completely powerless and unable to utilize their usual abilities. Dane clarifies they are magically possessing two soldiers. A real quantum leap moment. I bet that's where Ryan North got the idea from. It's quite a fun reference. He explains they're there to search for the fated blade, a blade that can cut anything, leaving cuts that can't be repaired. It's quite the powerful artifact. The fated blade, a weapon that sounds even more dangerous than the ebony blade, but even more interesting. Dane explains that its search is a matter of archaeology, not just discovery, but applied empathy, deducing its most probable location. They use metal detectors built by Reed to search for this legendary blade. And Sue finds it. Success. She holds it up triumphantly. Now that it's found, what next? Now the plan is to hide it, then retrieve it later. Sue says why should they hide the blade somewhere else when they can simply return to the spot in the present and get it? Dane is acting rather unusual, and Sue questions him. Dane says it's the equation that bothers him. He says they are nothing, and so is Reed. He then blasts Sue and Reed, knocking them out of the bodies they possessed and into a magical portal. Reed finds it unusual for Dane to stop calling him doctor, like he always does, and to start calling him Richards. It's then that we get the big reveal. It's Victor Von Doom, who has been masquerading as Dane Whitman and has been pulling the strings the entire time. Reed says he almost sounded like, but before he can finish, Doom finishes the sentence for him saying, "Like Doom, Richards. He almost sounded like Doom." Sue says, "Doom if you don't," but Doom interrupts her and says, "I am a Sorcerer Supreme, Dr. Storm. There is very little that I don't, and so much that I now do." Doom says that he influenced Dane through his contact with the Ebony Siege, that Dane has performed exactly as Doom desired Dane to perform. Doom's goal was to destroy other powerful magical beings, and Doom destroyed them all, but not before they hid the fated blade, the one weapon that could kill him. This makes the entire endeavor a cleverly set trap. It's a brilliant strategy, even if it involves killing other powerful mystical beings. It demonstrates Doom's brilliant strategic thinking. Soon then says, "And so you send us into the past, looking for it, and I found it for you." Doom says, "Yes, Doctor, you have been so useful." Doom then says that the truth was before them the whole time. He asks Sue, what was the word for fate in the Middle English days? Sue answers saying, "Doom." Doom says, "Correct." Doom then says that the one magical weapon that could hurt him is the Doom Blade. They found it for him, and now Doom has destroyed it. Doom says, "It's amusing. I'm almost in your debt." Reed asks Doom the question he's been wanting to ask the whole time. Why did Doom hide in Latveria? Why did he hide for months? What are you planning, Victor? Doom says, "Planning? The time for planning was months ago. You ludicrous fool. What I have achieved is already done, Richards. I've taken over the world." The climax of the issue begins now. Reed asks Doom what his plan was, which leads to Doom's revelation of his ultimate plan for world domination. He traps Reed and Sue into separate magical spheres, gloating about his imminent victory. Doom is at his most diabolical self in this part of the story. But Sue remembers the nonsensical equation Dane gave to Reed, realizing it was a coded message, a message only a physicist like Reed could decipher, a spell that would send them home. This is a wonderful plot point. It's such a brilliant way to show the ingenuity of Reed. This brings the comic to a perfect conclusion. Reed manages to cast a spell, sending them back to Times Square, New York City. As soon as they arrive, Doom is already on television announcing his takeover of the world. One world under Doom, indeed. The irony of their situation is perfectly captured in this final scene. It's a cliffhanger ending, leaving us wanting more. It's a masterclass in storytelling. This issue was a masterclass in weaving together science, magic, and unexpected twists. The character development is superb, and the pacing is exceptional. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more breakdowns of your favorite stories. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you all in the next video.